Alrighty
did I do
then.
everything? Yes.
So,
Hold on, have you connected Orwin to Sorenscape?
I sent him the link. Joby, are you here?
Hello.
Right. You don't want us to look at your face, or?
My camera's
Sebast,
on.
come on.
Again?
Oh,
Again?
it's one of those.
When it does the little camera icon in the top right, you just I don't know why, but you have to click it.
I've been here the entire time.
Click
with my
it.
pretty face.
Click it real good.
And they say that people see me.
Well, we did see you. It's just
know.
at the end.
Do you want to see more of me? Do you want to know
Well,
more?
always.
Ooh,
Yes.
ooh.
Nah, okay.
That's not safe for YouTube.
Just getting excited.
Not sure. Not sure if I want.
Beg your pardon?
You heard me.
Oh,
He sounds so hurt like that.
I am! Staring in public will cost you. Staring in private's free.
Did you get the music working, Owen?
Yeah, the music is very dramatic in the background.
Indeed.
There you go.
Because this is a dramatic and painful module. Speaking of dramatic and painful, Rudolph, Trish,
Yes.
Seraphin,
Yes.
That's me.
you guys wake up on the side of the pond. Invigorated. One could even say leveled up.
Woo-wee.
What do you do?
Well, we were going to discuss why I got so upset yesterday,
Yes.
and it was simply the mention of that name,
What?
which
name?
I have promptly forgotten. The name of the author of the book. Yeah.
Would you like me to say it again, or will that you cry again?
Well,
Maybe we should-
whisper it to me.
Azalin.
Have we heard of that name before?
Trish and Seraphim, you have not.
Rudolph.
Well, what do you know about it then?
Well, let's just say Aslan has worked with Strahd. He is not from this realm, so to speak. And he is not something to be trifled.
What is he?
He's a lich.
Doesn't sound good.
He lives in this same realm.
Well, let's just say that I've read this book before.
You have?
Yes, it talks about the teaching, well, the journal of Azalin in his time in Barovia. But I never got to finish it.
What happened with it?
Truth be speaking, I don't quite know because I haven't quite listened. I haven't read the actual book myself. Finished it. I'm quite the way through it. I've still got it. It's one of the reasons I'm actually in Barovia. Let's
Wait,
just say-
just outside of
Yeah.
conversation. This is the book that Seraphin got from that guy in Barovia, right? And you had it before?
Well, I've read it in a bookstore before.
Wait,
I don't know
Luke
if I'm-
or
No. Me personally, I've got to read this book. I've quite the way. Well, listen, it's an audio book. I'm quite the way through, but I haven't quite finished it yet, so I don't know the twists and turns quite yet. So I can't really meta you that much about it. So
yes.
this is why I had to speak
No,
to Coins earlier.
No, I'm just confused how Rudolph has gotten to read it before when it was in this guy's family for generations, or so he says.
Yeah.
So I'm just a bit confused to the logistics, but as long as we're talking about the same book, that's fine.
Well, Mr. Dion, could you fill us in on that? How did this book end up back in Barovia?
Well, roll me a... If this was Pathfinder, I would know what to roll, but D&D doesn't really have a roll for this. So...
A history check?
It's
maybe?
not quite history,
Well, it's the
but...
history of the movement of it. A logistics check?
Give me a intimidation. No, a... Well, it's either history, insight, or arcana, and I know what you're gonna choose, Rudolph. Indeed, arcana. Plus fucking 9.
That's a bra.
Brah.
Brah.
Rudolph, you've read this book in the bookshop. And you know you've read it months ago. To find it in this place, in pristine condition, confuses you to no end.
Pristine condition. Oh shit, I know what's going on here.
Your working hypothesis, as it would be, is that at some point in the future, this demiplane would return to the normal plane. And thus, the book could travel the world. Though at the moment, the logistics of this confuse and terrify you. You understand that at some point, Barovia will be set free from its demiplane prison. But when? You don't know.
I'm just gonna mumble to myself, Trish, just like coming up with little theories like it could be I could be time am I on this demi-plane, am I on another plane of existence? I'm not quite sure how this book is here. And in such pristine condition. When I read the book, it was more than 400 years old.
I do remember that. I do not remember exactly where and when I came up with this, but it seemed like this place is like a dark reflection of some other place in another plane of existence or dimension. So, what could be the case is that this place became copied from a original, where everything would be pristine as you would see it. And nothing much has changed here. Things seem to repeat, get recycled, start over again. That might have something to do with it.
See it more as a place stuck in time.
Yes, exactly. There doesn't seem to be a lot of progress. When people talk about things that have happened, they are either yesterday or centuries ago. That's something that strikes me as strange. That might have something to do with it.
I was going to say that is something to think about. You've just fucking dumbfounded me. I have no answer.
And this book it writes our stories, right? What's
Yes.
what is the latest or the last story before it starts with us? Is that something
As-
from days before?
As I say, I don't quite know the ending of the story just yet because I haven't got to that part. But I can tell you that this is the journal of the Lich King of. Oh, was it Nerf? I think. I can't pronounce it. Some sort of weird other plane of the underworld.
Well, to answer your question, Trish, I was trying to read that part just before we got here, as we arrived this place, but I haven't had the time yet to fully concentrate on it. It's hard to read, and it takes time. But in any case, I'm also very, very curious about the state of that person called Zuckhead up that hill. How about you?
Should we? Yeah, I am as well. We find out.
Can I just give you a warning about the book before we move on?
Yes, of course.
Yes.
As you fully are aware that liches do not die. And this book contains a lot of attempts by both of them working together to free themselves from Barovia. If Strahd is still here, then I'm not sure if he did have a war with him or not. And if he didn't,
What?
let's just say that these two did not get along nicely. They were both a means to an end to each other.
Person turn into a lich here, or was it already?
He was already a king of liches. He's the Lich King.
Wow.
But
How many leeches are there out there?
I don't know, millions.
Well, considering that they don't die, it doesn't take many of them over time to become a quite crowded number.
No, I
Um,
I would have assumed it was like a once in a generation type thing, but yeah, I guess.
No, but you're missing the point. If he didn't go to war with him, he is still here.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, I have to say, considering the what was the Order of the Paladins called again?
The Silver Dragon.
Yes, considering them being undead, and also there being a giant church that we still have to visit, maybe some of those places will lead to answers around this question.
Yeah, but to remember, the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Yes.
This could be a powerful ally.
DM, I have a question about this place and the current time. Is there, to your knowledge, like a moon cycle that I could ask about? You're muted.
You're muted.
From what you have seen, and as a amateur astrologist, as you are,
The moon is literally my god.
I know, but as an amateur astrologist,
Yes.
you have noticed that the moon, like, there is no real alternating cycle. Like, it's exactly at the same moment every night. Moves full over the land, and the next night is full again. The night after it's full again. There was one night that it wasn't full, and that was the night before you saw the procession.
Yeah. So we would definitely notice that night, right? Because it's completely different. Yeah.
Yeah.
My question is, like, was Irina's entering into the lake around that time?
Indeed it was.
Now that I recall, It might be that this place is just a normal lake every day of the month, except the one that we noticed strange things happen. It might be valuable to come back to this place when the moon is on its strange cycle again.
Oh,
I
that
might also
might
want to
be
mention
why-
that. What? Carry on.
Susan!
What?
Suzanne,
You shall not pass.
you shall not scare the shite out of me.
What was it, Jeroen?
I was just saying that that might be a long time before the next phase.
Yeah, but like it's gonna be coming, and I think like either we have two options.
We have two options, really. Either there's something going on at the cemetery in what's the town called again?
Barovia, the land.
Barovia.
Yes.
Either at the cemetery of Barovia where the procession starts, but also this place. Like we've noticed a couple of places acting strangely. Maybe other places have their own like place in this cycle as well. It's just something we should like think about if we know the day approaches.
Mr. DM, can I use my researcher ability to ask you a question of where I'd find out this information about cycles and stuff?
Well, maybe you know already, actually.
Yeah, yeah.
Sure, you can use your researching ability. Ability! Ability away, my friend.
Well, it's not a roll, it's just.
Well,
or is it?
I won't tell you anything without a roll.
Just a good old D20.
You've been here for longer than these so-called adventurers have been here. And I know you take offense of this, adventurers, but you've been here longer than them. And you have seen a full moon every night except one night. I imagine you relay this information to them,
Yes?
and they relay the information that that night Irina was released into the pond. Roll me a d20, and the DC is 15 for you.
Oh shit.
Come on, baby. Poof.
Do it.
No. Bum, bum, ba-dum. I do know one thing, though.
Well, yeah.
Well, I'll say, Seraphin, is that I have only seen one night also clear, and the book that you're holding also contains the knowledge that the weather is controlled by Strahd's moon. So something
Was-
must have happened that night.
Wasn't the night without the moon the night after? The night after.
Irina.
Yes, Irina disappeared into the lake. As in, Irina caused the disappearance of the moon rather than the reverse.
Rudolph, roll me another d20, and the DC right now is 10.
Come on, baby!
Jesus, Luke.
I mean, anyone got any of those inspirations? I'll pay you back.
Yeah, I'll give you one.
uh,
Okay. That was the last time I gave you inspiration.
Stuff
Fuck this
happens. Stuff happens, dude. Stuff happens in Barovia. It's a weird place. It's a silly place.
Oh,
Just a silly place.
One practical thing, DM.
Yeah.
I don't believe we've had our long rest mechanically.
Yeah, because I'm still wounded.
Right.
Well, mechanically, I will give you a long rest.
Oh, those beautiful level 5 spell slot. Oh, yeah. Ooh,
Oh, yeah.
change a spell. Let's see what I can do.
Seraphin, you notice that this is the first night in a multitude of nights that you have actually had
Yes.
a good night's sleep.
Yes. Von Richten,
Yes, sir.
I really almost forgot about it, but
How could you forget about?
I almost forgot, so I have to roleplay it.
Are you feeling a lot better, Seraphin?
You know what's funny, Sebas? Like
What?
I every session I thought, okay, when I go to sleep I have to roleplay this or it's weird. And every time we go to sleep and I'm like la la la, yes, fresh spell slots, la 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 la, and then like half an hour later I'm like, oh shit, I forgot again.
did you keep giving me those warding magics against those nightmares? Because I haven't had any since.
No nightmares, you say? That's not
Yes.
my doing. I only merely brought you back to health. I am a physician. I am not a witch doctor.
No. But I mean, I could sleep because of the anti-magic field in the tower. I told you about the hag that haunted me in my sleep.
Yes. That's why I did the greater restoration on you, to regain your health back to full. But I wouldn't stop the nightmares for indefinitely. That's why I said we need to deal with the hag at some point.
Yes. Well, I'm not sure. Maybe she has turned her attention to someone or something else. I don't know, but I feel quite relieved, and I thought I should ask whether you had something to do with it. But in this case, it seems like we just don't know.
This isn't my doing, but let's just say a hag will never forget about its pride so easily.
Oh, such a relief you say this. Yes. That was sarcastic, but okay, let's continue. Shall we go up the hill, or?
Well, can we at least check the pond one more time after what you've described? I'd like to check out this pond myself to see if there is actually any still
Sure.
magical properties to it. This could be
Take
a
a look.
portal out of here. Can I do an Arcana check on the pond before we leave?
Sure.
And you're just going to tell me, oh yeah, nothing.
You feel some, with a 23 and a +9 on Arcana, you feel the faintest residual bandwidth, for lack of a better word, of Arcana. Like, there was something magical here, but it's too faint to grasp the school of magic, or even what it was, but this place was profoundly magical.
I'll relay this to Seraphin.
DM, there was like this little shrine next to the lake, right?
Yeah, the gazebo that got destroyed. Yeah.
Does it seem like obviously linked to the little lake, or to the pond, or is it like, was it just placed there randomly? Like, is it of like religious significance from what we can see?
Well, if you want to check the debris, you're more than welcome.
Sure, I'll investigate it if I can.
Sure.
15.
There are a lot of debris parts, and you sift through them, throwing a few to the side, throwing a few to the other side, from richtings like, man, look out where you throw these things. You just keep at it. And one of the pieces of wood, you almost throw it away and something catches your eye. And carved into the wood is a little heart. With an S on the top, an arrow through it. And on the right hand bottom it says a T.
So that could be Sergei and Tatiana.
loves.
It could be Sergei and Tatiana, indeed.
Can I do a history check to see if that was done by, like, was that done after they went into the pond and he reappeared, or done like in history, like this is where they used to come?
You can do a carbon dating, indeed.
Carbon dating roll, please.
Carbon dating roll.
Well, with
Dirty 20.
with a dirty 20, you can tell that this has been done centuries ago.
Ah, this is where they must have caught it.
Victor, do you know where Sergei lived when he was alive? Did he live here? Tatiana didn't, I believe.
Well, Mr. DM, did he live outside of Ravenloft, or did he live in Ravenloft? I assume he lived in Ravenloft.
He had a room in Ravenloft, but if you remember the book Strahd, he traveled around the lands, and in Kresk, he indeed met a maiden at the chapel
Ah.
that he found very interesting.
Oh yeah, of course. Like Tatiana could be a completely different person of different standing. Like she wouldn't necessarily have to be a noble in that lifetime.
Indeed.
Yeah, okay,
Well,
okay.
she was a peasant, yeah, wasn't her?
Yeah, she was a peasant, indeed.
So this is the place. Like this is the timeline. Like the one timeline where Sergei and Tatiana fell in love with each other, and like Strahd is still very mad about that situation. Like this is where that timeline took place.
Well, you use the word timeline as if there are different timelines inside of Barovia.
No. I mean like cycles.
Well,
No, this is the original one, weren't it?
Well-
Tatiana was the original.
Tatiana was the original Tatiana, basically.
Uh-huh.
Sergei Strahd's brother met her, and she and him fell in love. And the moment Strahd laid eyes on Tatiana, he fell in love with her. And she was like, well, you're too old for me. Like, I like you as a brother-in-law, but I will never love you, basically.
Yeah.
And Kresk was the place that Sergei and Tatiana met and courted each other.
So would that be like the original like timeline of which this is now a shadow, maybe?
Again, you're saying timeline in a
Yeah,
way.
I
Well,
understand
I'm using-
what you're saying, and I understand what you mean, but it's not. There are not different timelines of.
No.
This is what happened back then.
Back in the day.
Back in the day.
What I mean,
Yeah.
what I mean is like from the perspective of these peoples, like the reincarnation of Tatiana has like a full life from beginning to start, and she doesn't know necessarily what happened in like quotes a previous life. But from Strahd's perspective, he's like trying to court her like again. That's what I mean with timelines. Like from different perspectives of different people here.
Oh, okay, yeah. This was the OG timeline. Like this was
That's
the
what I mean.
OG happening, and after that, shit went haywire, basically.
This is how it started. Maybe we should be getting to the abbey. We need to thank the abbot about the surgery done for them.
Yes, but
Fresh.
this also gives me the impression that the abbot is secretly an angel of the Morning Lord, and yet the Morning Lord is distant. He doesn't pierce into this dimension or whatever this is. I'm thinking maybe he has seen. Maybe he was witness to what has happened here. We should ask him if we can.
Witness me.
Yes, let's not dilly-daddle. We should really go try and see if Sukkot is really there.
Let's put on my hat of disguise. Let's start walking up.
And off we go.
All right, off you go, Trish. You want to do anything else?
No.
All right. You follow this switchback road that hugs the cliff. It's 10 feet wide and covered with loose gravel and chunks of broken rock. It's a slow ascent, somewhat treacherous, but you've done this before. On foot, it takes almost half a day. Sometimes you almost slip. You walk, have to take a rest. Especially Seraphin, he's not a young man, as they say. Well, indeed. Keeping up appearances, he's not a young man anymore.
Yes.
Even more so is von Richten. He's the opposite side of the spectrum. And not a young man anymore.
Maybe we should have took the cart.
Maybe, but you didn't say you did. So it takes about half a day on this switchback road.
Oh god.
And as the sun is past the zenith, you arrive at the abbey. And from the outside you can already hear the
lovely ambience.
screams and titillations of its occupants.
Here we go again.
You're standing in front of the main gate. What do you do?
Dogman, we're here.
And I knock on the door.
Cooey!
Well, seeing as you're doing this, for some reason I thought it would be a good idea to unshare the abbey. So I'll share it again with you in a few seconds. You've been here before, you know its layout, you know where to go, and maybe even more importantly, where not to go. Rudolph, you might not know where to go and where not to go. Though you guys are here, and you have to make the best of it.
Theater of the mind.
Not theater of the mind. You are right here on the map, in front of the north gate, and the road from the village climbs above the mists to the white ledge on which the abbey is perched. A light dusting of snow covers the trees and the rocky earth. The gravel road passes between two small stone outbuildings, to either side of which stretches a 5-foot high, 3-foot thick wall of jumbled stones, and it looks like it's held together with mortar. Blocking the road are iron gates attached to the outbuilding by rusty hinges. They appear to be unlocked. If viewed through the gates, the stone abbey stands quiet. Its two wings are joined by a 15-foot high curtain wall. A belfry protrudes from the rooftop of the closer north wing, which also sports a chimney billowing grey
A what?
smoke.
A belfry?
The belfry.
Belfry.
What's that?
It's a thing, Sal.
It's a belfry, Sal.
It's a thing.
Okay.
I have no idea. Let's look it up.
Like,
Everyone's
is that the
Googling
open space
belfry.
where the church bell hangs or something? Or
Oh, a
It's
belfry.
a golf course in the UK.
A belfry is like the large tower with a clock in it.
yeah, okay.
A belfry is a structure enclosing bells for ringing as part of a building. Usually as part of a bell tower or steeple.
Now we know.
The more you know.
Ha 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 ha.
And as you're standing
So
in front of the gates, a man, or semblance of a man, walks up to you and says, "You come to see somebody?" And he looks like this.
it's Otto. We've seen him before.
We have an appointment with the abbot.
And he checks like the backside of his shovel. No appointments.
He told us to see him here, so
We were here yesterday. He
don't you
asked
remember
us
us?
to come back. Yes.
You look familiar. Yes. Follow me. And he moves towards the doors of the abbey.
I give Trish like what the fuck eyes, like like what the fuck is this guy? Well, we follow him once again.
Right, I'll move you
Just
all.
roll with it.
A brisk pace.
He's chasing down a dog. Fenton!
He opens the doors and walks through, and the thick fog that fills this courtyard swirls as if eager to escape. The courtyard is surrounded by a 15-foot high curtain wall on which stand several guards with their backs to you, or so it seems at first, but as you look and you check them out, it's clear that these are merely scarecrows.
But they're turned with their backs towards us.
Yeah?
Is this new, or have we seen this before?
You've seen this the first time you went here.
Okay.
With my ability of Eyes of the Grave, do I sense that they are undead skeletons, or are they just skeletons strapped up?
Yes, just the skeletons. No. It doesn't give any hints of anything like bone in there. It's just straw.
Should we carry on?
Yes, we probably should.
As we walked up to the front door here, I noticed the cemetery on our right again. And make like a mental note to check that out later.
Alright. Alto moves in.
Yeah, we follow him.
Yep.
I'm gonna glance over to this area. Is that woman still attached to the stake, trying to fly off?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see her again, chained to the post, flaps his leathery wings and takes to the air, but it doesn't get far before the chain goes taut and she flutters about madly, screaming nonsense as she falls back down again.
Having seen her a couple of times, can I roll an insight check on, like, is she mad or scared or angry? Like, I have trouble picturing her state of mind from this.
Sure.
22.
You see her long, stringy black hair that hides much of her face, but clearly visible are the spider mandibles as teeth that replace her human mouth, and she has arms and wings like of a bat. And as you look closer, her hooves, like her feet, like the left foot is normal, but her right foot is like the cloven hoof of a cow or a horse.
Alto, my good man.
Yes.
May I ask a quite intrusive question?
Maybe.
Why are you free, but she's chained to the post?
Couldn't tell. Mustn't tell.
Why not?
What would... Yes, why?
Because. Don't ask. And he moves further along.
I send a message to the woman asking,
Hey, it's me, the old man on the courtyard. Are you okay?
She responds in utmost gibberish. And Seraphin, as she responds, roll me a D100.
what could happen? 45.
She responds to you. Blah, 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 fire, flight, flee, blah, 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 wings, wings. And you feel her entering your mind. as you feel her taking over your mind for let's see, you feel your mind being taken over, not physically, but like your mind is scrambled for the amount of minutes I just sent to you.
Okay.
What do you guys do?
Is Otto doing anything?
Alta is just being his auto self, standing there.
Then I guess we'll go knock on the door where we went yesterday. That's, I don't know if that is the south one, right?
Which is
Yes,
the
I think
door
I'm-
to the
think-
south indeed.
Doo-be-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
As we walk there, Seraphin, like, every couple steps, looks back to the woman chained. Confused.
Do I notice this?
Yeah, you do.
Seraphim, are you okay?
I
He looks at you like,
I'm gonna send him a message. Are you okay? Are you having another episode?
I would need to have the DM decide for me in what fancy I can reply.
Well, I imagine that even your whispers are
Yeah, exactly.
the same.
Like, I vaguely point to the lady. He's like, I don't know. Like, you see him looking like. "Ugh." It's
Trish,
weird.
is he ever like this?
Once, yeah. When was this? It was a while ago. It was the cause of some spell, I believe.
Does one side of his face look slack?
Is he having a stroke? Can I do a medicine check on Seraphin?
Sure.
As a physician, let's see what's going on with you, sir.
You can tell that,
Trying to say.
like physically, like what you can see, nothing is wrong with him. Like you try to have him lift both of his arms, and he just does it this like the normal way. None of his arms are lacking. But for some reason, his speech, like he cannot form like full words and full sentences.
Seraphim, can you nod yes and no?
Yeah.
I merely think this is just old age getting to him. It should pass, sir. Totally not
I
dementia.
slapped von Richten on the forehead.
Yes, calm down, old man, calm down. Trish, this happens to old people. They get quite forgetting what
It
they're doing.
will-
Don't
no-
worry, Seraphin. We will help you. We will pull you across. Just hold on to me. Now we'll go arm in arm. Just stay quiet, sir. Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah, I think it is the effect of some sort of spell, and I think it will wear off in due time.
That's what
point to
old people
Trish.
will tell.
It's
Trust me, from
it's-
an old man, old people will tell you these crazy things just so they seem competent again. Oh, but
I wave
let's-
von Richten away,
Oh,
and I
no.
point to Trish.
Just shut up. Can I do an Arcana check on it to see if he's under the influence of a spell?
Sure.
Fine, I'll have a look. 27.
There's nothing magical about this that you can tell.
There's nothing magical about it. He's fine. It's the old, it's just old. Come along, Seraphin. Come on.
Should we maybe wait for him to?
No, we need to find somewhere for him to sit down. Old people. He might.
Yes. Maybe get him some water, maybe some food. Yes.
Yes.
Well,
I will
so-
tell you a story, Seraphin. Don't worry, sir. Come along. So I push open the door. Drag Seraphin in with me.
You push open the door and you are greeted by the abbot as Otto moves away back to his supposed place at the front of the abbey. And the abbot looks at you and says, welcome. Oh, the lady is with you. And he points to to the right of him, and you see Vasilka standing there. Like, you have been here before. She hasn't moved an inch. Oh, your eyes? They're lovely. Can I have them for Vasilka? And he looks at you, Trish.
Well, you've had. I gave you my eyes just yesterday.
Indeed, they were blind. I need these seeing eyes.
You didn't say.
I didn't say. Indeed, you got me there. Pew, 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 pew. But I still need the true sight eyes. Please give them to me.
No, I don't have to side eyes.
But you don't need them. You can live your life without the eyes. Can you
No,
not?
I don't have them.
I can. And he looks you square in the eye. He's like, "Phew. Why do you lie?
I don't lie.
I am looking in your eyes right now.
My good father, if I must interject,
Yes.
why do you need her eyes? If you don't need eyes to see, then why don't you give her your eyes?
Because I am not a lady. But she is a woman.
Well, why not the lady outside that you're torturing?
Madness follows the eyes, as I'm sure your friend Seraphin can attest to.
So you've done this to him?
I have done nothing.
Do you
Inside
know
check.
what's happened?
Inside check. Give it to me.
Can I do an inside check as well?
Everybody can do an inside check. That's
I'll
there.
inside check.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'm rolling again.
You are indeed.
Yes.
Wow,
sick.
that's a roller
From a natty
coaster of
one.
emotions. Natural 1, natural 20. Like everybody except Seraphin, but like Rudolph and Trish, you notice that he is, like, as far as you can tell, speaking the absolute truth. Like, he has nothing to do with Seraphin's shirt-bound madness. And Seraphim, as you're like recuperating, like you're getting a handle of yourself, what do you do?
Ooh. This is so fucking annoying. I hate it when this happens. Because everyone treats me like an old man when it happens. And I look at Von Richten.
But you do have the get up, and I kind of look the same, sir. You know, yeah. I know what it's like. My knees.
Yes, no,
Oh,
I
miss
tried.
my knees.
I tried to communicate with the lady outside, and when she talked back, it felt like she came into my mind or something. It shook me up a little bit.
Well, maybe keep your thoughts to yourself next time.
Yes, well, thanks for the advice. Abbott, you promised us our friend would be here.
The friend you're asking is right outside. Quite.
Are we talking about Zuckhead?
That's his name. Don't wear it out.
I haven't seen him. Can you point him to us?
And he just points, like, just past Vazilka. Right there!
You mean outside, then?
Why, yes, I do not see him inside, do you?
No, that's why I'm asking. But, okay.
It's asking the familiar way.
Yes, okay.
He's
I go
in
outside.
the graveyard, yes. Come
Like,
along.
Not
I'm gonna
spending
ush-
time with this dude.
Okay,
Trish,
bye.
get out before he takes your eyes. Come on, let's go.
Trish, why won't you
No.
stay?
She'll be back.
I have more important things to see with my eyes.
Do come back now, you hear?
Sure.
Toodle pip.
Chip, chip, cheerio.
Arrivederci.
Arrivederci.
What do we see?
What are you looking for?
Well, Zuckhead.
Give me a perception check.
So walk up and down the graves, reading the
Can I make an
gravestones.
investigation out of that?
Yes, you can.
Well,
And Rudolph also gave me an investigation.
Investigation. 13.
Like, you all do not really see the name Zucket being presented anywhere. And as Trish does a full lap of all the graves, even with her 18, the name Zucket, it's not presented anywhere.
did he give
Is
us
there
a
a-
different name?
No, but
He didn't, right?
no, he didn't. But Trish, as you're walking around, you can tell that every grave, like, all the earth has settled. But for some reason, this grave right here looks like the earth is fresher.
Can I go see what name it says on that grave?
Sure. The name is faded and worn, like the test of time has eroded the gravestone. You try to deduce the name with your fingers on the stone, but it's just gibberish. What do you do?
Are we able to clean the stone a little bit to read it better, or is it like faded out of erosion?
It's faded out of erosion, basically.
But the grain's fresh.
It looks fresh. It looks fresher than all the other grays, but you don't know why.
Is this
Does-
where the abbot pointed towards?
Yeah.
I don't think the abbot's going to be too pleased if we started, digging graves.
Nor with the owner of the grave, I imagine. Does the text look more eroded than the other graves?
The text, it, like, if you mention the other graves, this tombstone looks more elaborate. Like it has a few fancies. Like what you can tell from the other gravestones, they're just names and dates, but this, even though it's eroded, you can slightly, with your 18, see the outlines of gargoyles depicted on the tombstone. And as you look up at the top, you see a little crown emblazoned in the tombstone.
Do either of you have pencil and paper on you?
As a matter of fact, I do.
I do as well, yes.
I
I see where
I
you're
have
going with this. Move the
have a
parchment
bunch
up
of
to it.
blank books, and I tear out a piece of paper and a pencil.
I'll take one blank page and a pencil and like put it on the grave and try to start like scratching it with the pencil.
All right. Give me a sleight of hand check.
Oh yes, sir.
Jesus Christ, a +10. What the freaking frick? You.
That's rogues for you.
That's indeed rogues for me. You scratch it, and like it doesn't really say like outright, but as you like trace it and you look at it, you hold it to the light, you can tell that it kind of says Inglof. You put it back against the stone, like trace it again. King Love, like it's missing something, and you do it one last time. put it to the stone. Really press the the paper into the stone, into the grooves. Use your pencil once again. Hold it up, and it says King Olaf.
King Olaf. Ricky, have you ever heard of this King Olaf?
Have I missed a DM?
You know that this was a history check worth of information. There were a lot of kings. One of them might have been named King Olaf. But if it was a long time ago.
I knock on the window.
Abbot! I do not see him. Where is he?
The abbot moves down. And he just points at you. Give me an insight check. You look at your body,
I am not Zucked.
and you get
Where is
inspiration
Zucked?
from one of your friends.
Yes, I owe you one, so roll again, boy.
Well, if I owe one from you, it's gonna be a natural one again.
Oh my god, you can't.
Damn it, man! I'm a sorcerer, not a doctor.
It was a 1 in 20 chance, is what I'm...
Indeed. And you look at your party, and they're like shaking their head, like imperceptibly no. And you're like, oh, you're not pointing at me. And you step aside, and the abbot just keeps his finger pointing. And Trish looks at herself and looks at the abbot and steps aside again, also. And the abbot keeps on pointing, and all of you follow his finger towards the grave in front of you.
Well, if he's dead, I need to know. We should dig. I need to look at his face.
Do you have a shovel?
Let's see, what do I have?
Rudolph, you stand in front of the abbot. And he's like,
No, can we dig? Can we dig up?
I go next to the grave, and
Can we dig him up? Yeah.
I'll try use my hands at first, and if that doesn't work, I'll use my quarterstaff to like
loosen
work
the
away the
soil.
dirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you guys are digging, and all of you give me an investigation check as you're scooping the dirt and moving it away.
That shit rolls all around. What the fuck?
Indeed. Indeed. And you keep on digging, and you know that to dig up a body, it takes a while. Trish, give me another investigation check. Seraphin as well.
Yes.
Rudolph.
Meh.
All of you just keep digging frantically. And Seraphin, you use your staff to press into dirt, and You don't feel something solid, but you feel a slight tinge as your staff hits the dirt. And you move your staff up, and on top of it is a ring.
Do I recognize the ring?
It looks like a copper ring or a wooden ring, even. The dirt, it's hard to tell. Do you pick it up?
I'll do a detect magic.
I won't make you roll for it because this is hella magical.
Okay. Can I see what school of magic?
Yes, you can. After I figure out what the school of magic is.
Does it look like the ring I'm wearing?
Which ring are you wearing?
The ring of mind shielding.
No.
No, because I was going to say specifically of what it does when you die.
No, it looks like transmutation magic.
I pick it up.
Alright. It looks like this.
Would I, like, I would remember, like, specific rings that Zukat was wearing. Did he wear this ring?
No, he did not wear this ring.
I'll put it in my pocket to take a look at later.
Alright, I'll put it in the party sheet for you.
Okay. I'll store it under the tab Identify. Oh shit, where did it go? Oh, there it is. There you go.
Well, we found something. We should keep digging.
And as you look back, the abbot is just standing there. Like,
Weird fucking guy.
kinda is.
I'm going to poke my head out the hole. You got a shovel? Otto! Otto! Come here, boy! Otto!
I will roll a perception check for Otto. He rolled a 3. He's not hearing you.
God damn it. Carry on digging then.
You keep on digging. And let's have a small break.
Yes.
Dun, dun, dun.
I found you, Joe.
I was confused as shit. Really weird though. I don't understand. So hello.
There's no one beside me.
Well, that's a blatant lie.
Oh, there you go. How you doing, Alwyn?
Tired.
Are you coming in yet? We need to have the whole gang together.
Why do we need the whole gang together? Oh, me coming in the game. I have no clue. As of yet, I've heard nothing.
He hasn't told you yet?
Nope.
It's not fair. Maybe we'll find you here.
Or maybe I will be benched for the rest of the campaign. God knows.
No.
What'd you do, Alwyn? No, I was out for like 6 episodes. But
Yeah, but I was out way before that.
Yeah, well, what it is though, it's where you are in the story. So it's basically it's more of like us lot not getting to you quick enough because we just spent the last 4 sessions just in Vallaki without moving at all.
I don't mind. I'm just waiting patiently. We'll see
gonna
what
say-
happens.
Oh, I've got the new group photo all right, waiting and ready until we've seen each other.
Great. He had me a little bit confused because he didn't fill me in on what was going on. I don't know if you guys watched the recap. Remember last week?
Yeah.
He just
I
went,
always
"Here you
listen
are."
to it. I
Yeah,
always
because-
listen to it. I download the MP3.
Max already
of it.
found you.
No, he found Killian. He hasn't
That's
found,
what I thought.
and he's found Zuck. No, he
Yeah,
hasn't found Killian, but we.
Yeah.
It had me confused as well, Joe. Bex found
Yeah.
you already, so what's going on?
I was confused as shit. Like,
That's
I
what
was
I
like,
mean.
wait a minute.
But it's not just like that. It's like the days reset at the Abbot because none of them know who we are or anything.
Right? No appointments.
Yeah.
It's rather confusing.
I'm sure it'll all play out and we'll figure it out here in a little bit.
I'm not too fussed.
Soon, my friend, soon.
Nah.
I feel like this
Right.
campaign's gonna last for a very long time.
Yeah.
Get you killed now.
I've been benched before, so I'm not that fussed about it.
Nah, you'll be back
No, but
in.
I want you in there.
Gotta make it fit.
I know.
It's gonna be organic.
We'll see what happens.
I know, yeah, I do feel bad. But we'll see.
It also makes death quite a bit more consequential.
Yeah. Like it's not consequential enough already.
I think the only reason I'm back in the game is because I've taken over an NPC. It's not because of a new character.
Right? Just ways to make it fit. You know what I mean? Because we're in a literal fishbowl. Can't keep bringing in new people like, oh, look, I was just teleported here randomly.
According to the law, that is exactly what happens.
Yeah.
According to the law, it's a constant shift. The mists come in, take someone from somewhere else, and then put it back in where we are now. And it's always a system where... Oh god, these sounds are very distracting in the background.
I know, yeah.
Yep.
Someone might want to ask Von Richten about that. About the mist disappearing and coming back on a certain part of the country.
Yeah, but it's not just a mist. It's people just popping up from everywhere.
Gotta replenish the soul somehow.
Joby, how's it going?
Leave. That's the most annoying part.
In what
He's
sense?
back, he's back. He has to wait for the recording now. Shh.
You've been silent all session, that's why I'm asking.
Well, I've not been invoked, have I?
No, but in the break as well.
I've only just come back.
Hello.
I do like that headset of yours, Joby. The shiny light of the mouthpiece, I love it.
Reminds me of one of your fish, the angler fish.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a little bit.
Like, let me
Joby
jack-
gonna eat ya.
Joby
Yes.
gonna eat, yeah. Hmm, hmm, mm, 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 mm,
All
mm,
communication ceases.
mm. Is everybody ready?
As ready as we could be, I suppose.
Part 2.
Give me a second. So, what were we doing? Oh yeah, Dungeons and Dragons Curse of Strahd. Alright, so, you guys are digging. Digging, like a little...
Little mouse.
Little mouses. Seraphin, you're using your staff.
Uh-huh.
And you're prodding the earth, prodding the dirt. And as you're putting it in as deep as you can, you try to pull it back. And it's stuck.
Try to pull it back.
It's almost like something or someone is holding on to it.
What's this?
Do you pull
I dig
forward?
around it.
You dig around it.
Yeah, or like if I can pull it. Try and pull it out.
Give me a strength check.
Well, get wrecked, noobs. Here I come. There you go.
Wow. What the hell? An 18 strength with your frail body? Wow. Wow.
It's like with golf. You have to say but it only works for me if I say get wrecked, noobs.
Okay. Your ability score increase is making sense right now. And as you're pulling, you see a hand clutching to your staff. Clutching, like bare-knuckled clutching. What do you do?
I say,
Fireballs!
What the hell? How is the abbot reacting?
You look back and he's just standing there. No emotion on his face.
Still imagining it would be Zucked being buried there, I try to move away as much earth from supposedly where his face would be.
As you're doing this, a face greets you that is not Zucked. It's decayed. It's like the nose has gone. The eye sockets are almost hollow. You see a pinprick of what would be an eyeball in there. And the eyes focus on you.
Ooh.
The
I
mouth.
look.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh yeah, I look at Trish and I say, "It's not Zucked. What the fuck is going on here?"
Is it alive?
And as you're asking this, the mouth move as the eyes move from Seraphin to Trish. Joe, what do you say?
Trish, it's been too long. Seraphin, glad to see you both are okay.
Who
Yeah,
do you
you're-
who are you? And how do you know us?
Me, Zuckhead. King Zuckhead now.
What?
Greetings, Malish.
Get me out of this hole.
Sure, but I start digging.
Why are you in a grave, Zucked?
It's a long story. I'll tell you. We have a chance to really sit down and catch up.
How? King Zucked, you say?
Yes, I was made a king. Sort of.
Of what? By who?
By whom?
As they start talking, like he sounds like Zucked in a way,
Mm-hmm.
but he's talking about things that do not make sense to Seraphin. So I put my hand on his chest again. I say,
Wait! If you are Zucked, you will know the answer to this question. As you entered these lands, a horseman came to you to deliver an item. What was that item?
It was a letter
From whom?
from my parent.
I look at Trish.
Fuck, it's him. It's really him.
Oh,
You.
good to see you, Zucked. Good to.
Uh,
I have questions, but let's get you out of this hole.
Finally good to see you, guy.
are we not
Okay,
going to
do you know where
mention
the
that
rest
he's
is?
an undead construct in front of us?
Dude, we've seen shit.
Yeah, true.
Zucked, where's the rest? Where's Bax? Where's Killian? Where's Björn?
I know where Killian. He is part of Strahd's ensemble now. It's a long story, but Killian ended up ripping me apart for Strahd.
He was a cleric. Why would he do that?
He's no longer cleric. One new.
What happened to the rest?
I don't know. I was with
Wow.
Bax in the castle and I fell in the tower. And I've not seen him since. And before that, Bjorn went missing and Killian went off somewhere else. And we were trying to find them. Then I fell. And when I came to, Strahd had Killian rip me to pieces. And I don't remember much after that.
Well, we have time to think about that, Zucked.
And I put out my hand downwards towards him to pull him out of his grave.
Welcome back to the land of the living, in a sense.
Innocent.
We heard that you were walking towards this place. If you have been buried, what happened exactly?
I was allowed to have my soul moved to another vessel.
Strahd let you do this?
I don't know if it was Strahd. Someone let me keep my soul.
I imagine in exchange for a price.
Yes. But it might have been a man from my dream.
Which
What
man
man?
was this again?
Everybody had, almost all of us have had some kind of experience through dreams.
Yes.
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
don't remember yours.
A man came to me. I never got his name. But he told me that I would be king. And I agreed that that's something that should have happened. And I lost a few things along the way. Parts of myself.
You could say that again.
I believe I'm king.
Well, come
of
along,
what?
my liege. There's much work to be done.
Don't know. I'm supposed to go to some temple.
The temple down south?
I don't know.
What temple
but
down south?
There's some temple.
There's
Like,
a temple of. I saw it in my dreams. Yeah, I believe maybe Bax saw it in his dreams as well.
You've all had the
Someone-
same dream.
No, it was different, but different dreams for everyone. But we've all had dreams. Well,
The building that I saw in the swamp, is that the same building that I saw in my dreams?
No, no, the buildings that you saw in your swamp were houses, like decayed houses. The
No,
building.
the big down
Yeah,
south.
I know.
Okay.
The even the big building down south was a church that was overgrown with vines and like decayed almost beyond recognition. Like you could scantily determine it as a church. The building in your dreams, however, was pristine, although covered in snow.
the same temple I think that we saw that I saw when I had that vision in the castle of the paladins.
Yeah. Yeah, from the painting you mean, or from the...
Yes.
And didn't we get information that there was this place? Oh God, where's the hand-drawn map? There you go. Like on Mount Gakis, there's a road that leads up to it, and we heard that might be the location of the temple we're looking for. I believe.
I believe so.
So this
I
is
don't
a
know.
tangible place that's real.
I think this place
Yes.
might be on the top to visit.
Well, I've been wanting to visit it for a while now, so yes, I think we should visit it.
Something magical is trying to pull us.
Yes, it is very much interested in grabbing our attention, so it seems.
As this conversation goes on, Seraphin is going to like walk past these stones to see the names and if there's like any connection to be made to things we've read, we've heard, we know. Like, is this a place where kings are buried, or like nobles, or...
As you're checking these graves, like, it's most of them are eroded, especially the ones at the back.
Uh-huh.
But as you're walking around here, like, it's weird for you that there are not graves that, like, there's ample area for graves. Give me a investigation or insight, whatever you want.
Well, both are equal. God damn it.
Can I do the same and help him with that?
Sure.
There you go.
Seraphin is walking around and you're kind of tracing his footsteps. And as you're looking around at the same areas, and especially here, at the far corner, this is a prime example of a place that a grave would be. And as you're looking, you see that a gravestone has fallen towards his side. And as you're looking around, you see like the places that I just marked with the arrows. There's also gravestones that have fallen. And as you look back at the gravestone that Zuckert just came out of, you see it leaning forward ever so slightly. You'd imagine, like, in an hour or so, it would just fall forward, flat on its front. These places that are just marked are graves where the same thing happened. A body got dug up or dug itself up and left these grounds.
There still a name legible?
No, for most of them there's not even a gravestone legible, let alone a name.
Can we try the same thing with the paper and the pencil? For the one that there is at least a gravestone left? Or is it far beyond what was in Zucker's grave? Or King Olaf's grave?
They're far beyond. Like, there's no way you could even with a paper and a pencil, like scratching, like there's not even a gravestone that you can find at the moment.
And as we go like along the others on the west side, like there's not a single one whose name is still legible enough?
Well, like the gravestones that are standing are like very legible.
Does any name ring a bell?
Yeah, a few of them have Bellevue.
Wait, that's a name that's connected to this place, right?
Yes, the name Bellevue is pretty connected to this place.
Yeah. Is there a date on them as well?
Yes, most of them are like 318, 218. Some of them are like 01 BP.
Unrichten, what does BP mean?
Let me consult my diary, Mr. DM.
Before breaking point.
Breaking
Before
point.
the breaking.
Yes.
What is the breaking point exactly?
Now, Van Rechten, you have read about the breaking point. It's a lesser known moment in time where some deities fell off of the pantheon. They broke with the pantheon gods.
I'll relay this to Seraphin.
As in, they went to do their own thing, or?
Yeah. They went to do their own thing and
Left this place in darkness.
yeah, they basically made their own pantheon.
With blackjack and hookers?
Indeed.
Is this before Strahd got to this place, or is it like somewhere in between, like the rise of Strahd and now?
Give me a history check.
Can do.
Can do 10-4 old buddy, but with a 7-4-9er, there's nothing you can tell at the moment. But Seraphin, you
Can I-
have a wonderful idea.
And you're muted.
You're not muted.
Yes. I go to the abbot and I ask,
At what point surrounding the breaking point did Strahd come to power? Pray tell.
Well, from my deity, I think it was about 300 years or so.
After. Into his reign.
What?
After the breaking point or before?
In between, maybe. The
Do you mean
breaking
to say-
point is that a definite date for the realm of mortals?
what?
Indeed. What, as they say?
Do you mean to say that Strahd's rise to power was around the breaking point?
Quite.
Can I do a history check to see what god Strahd follows?
How?
Well, like from all his journals and that, he's got to at least said, "Oh, Lathander."
Lathander.
Sweet Lathander.
Lathander.
My darling Lathander.
Oh, morning lord, how dare you?
Oh shucks. You can for sure do a history check if you want to.
I don't know.
You don't know, indeed.
But are there more of my friends that you've seen before buried in this place?
Buried, no, but friends, yes.
What, who? Who are you talking about?
He's not buried as such, but he is buried there now. And you're looking at him, and he points this way, which means on the map it's this way.
I walk into that direction. So he means this one?
Exactly.
What's the name
Oh,
on
you
the
walk
stone?
through walls?
Yes, I am magical.
Zach, you're following them or just...
Can I have the map?
Oh shit, sorry. Yes. Yes, you can. So basically...
Are you gonna move?
There you go. I'm very sorry, Zach.
What does the gravestone say?
The gravestone says... Sun.
Someone else is buried here. We should check.
I'm not digging again. Otto, boy!
And also rolls a perception check. Well... Otto runs. So you like, what?
Otto, boy. I know you like digging. Dogs love digging, don't they?
Yes.
Yes. Do you want to dig this grave, boy?
Yes.
There'll be a lovely treat in for you. Come on, boy.
Can I have the bone? Can I have the bone?
Well, it depends if the user's still using it. If he's not, it's all yours.
I like those odds. And
Come on, boy.
he starts digging and digging and digging. And as he keeps digging, you see a hand like thrusting out through the dirt. Like, there is nothing at this moment as he's using a shovel to shovel dirt out, and a hand just shoots up. And Otto looks quite apprehensively if he wants to continue digging. And he looks at you, Trish and Seraphin.
Zucker, do you know who this may be?
Like, no idea.
I start digging around the face again.
You start digging around the face. Trish, you wanted to say something?
I was gonna say, keep digging, my man.
Otto says, I dig it. And he keeps on digging. And the face that is unearthed doesn't look like anything you've seen before. But as he keeps digging, it stands up and says, Seraphin, Trish! Dog boy? 2 other people, I do not know you, but it is me.
Oh shit!
Ooh,
Sir Godfrey!
Sir Godfrey.
Oh, I am so relieved to see you. How are you, my friend?
I am, my face is quite taunt around my face, my skin, but I feel that we have a score to settle. Would you not say?
Yes, indeed. How did you end up here, though?
Well, just between you and I. And he looks at Otto, like, apprehensively, like...
Please leave us alone now. The abbot should have a bone for you.
Oh, a bun! A bun! A bun! And he moves away.
That was easy.
Yes, I am what they call a revenant. I just, when I die, I get another body, close or far away, and he like, I zuck it for a moment. He knows. Maybe.
I'm sort of the same.
You are now a revenant as well, Zucker?
Something. I haven't quite figured it out yet. Not enough time passed. But I do understand the basics of what happened.
Oh, Zucker, I do have the feeling like... You know, when you have a cat and you buy a new cat, you have to introduce them to each other in the right way, otherwise they will fight to the death. I have a feeling that you and Bax might be the same way when you two meet again.
We'll find out when the time comes.
We'll have to be careful about it.
I go to the window again.
Any more friends of mine, Abbot?
The abbot moves towards the window. And... no! Not at the moment, but do check in later. In a week, maybe?
What do you know about them?
Well, I know you guys are quite the risk takers. I'd imagine you might see me again. Maybe?
Sometimes I have sympathy for the idea that you were at one point an angel and have found yourself in this place and in this manner.
Don't feel sorry for me. I will complete my task. And he points at Vasilka. Post haste.
Yes. That's why I have sympathy for you.
No.
And I walk back to my friends.
sympathy for the angel.
Should we get the fuck out of
Right.
this place?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
I
Can
go
walk up to-
towards Sucked and I grab him like by his arms. I'm so glad to have you back, my friend. No matter the condition you are in.
It's nice to be back, but we can't leave just yet.
What do you want to do?
We must remain here. Maybe scout the town a little bit. Cannot leave right now.
Why not? Don't you want to go visit the temple?
It's a strong feeling that I have. We must remain here for a little while.
Can we at least go down back into the town and get away from, you know, this?
Yes.
She gestures vaguely.
Getting used to this whole my patron. A lot to take in right now, but my patron says we must remain for a few hours.
I look straight at Zuckeed in the eye. Your patron.
I changed to my otherworldly form. In the
You
shape
what?
of-
Come on, Godfrey.
I changed to my otherworldly form, and my ears get pointy. I grow fangs, and I look over at Rictavio von Rictavio
Davio.
and say, "My patron,"
To your warlock.
and then I start walking.
Zuck, as you're walking, you hear a knocking at the door that is right here.
You guys hear that as well?
He what?
Do we?
You hear it, but as Zuckett is opening the door, Zuckett, you open the door and you see a familiar man. You see Bax in front of you. Bax and Zuckett have the conversation we had last week.
Yes.
And to my very much delight, you are all back together, except Alwyn at the moment. Faye said, "Woohoo!"
I heard it. Yeah.
Next
Well,
mission. Find
Seraphin.
Alwyn's character.
After Seraphin sees Bax, he runs up to him, jumps up to him to give him a hug.
You are also alive. What a lucky day it is. My friend, you are alive. You're alive. You're alive. We're so lucky.
Just standing there confused with the Seraphim hanging off me. Like, okay.
What's wrong, Bax? Are you not happy to see us?
Just confused as to what's happened. I don't understand where everyone went. I've seen some stuff. Like, I've seen some stuff. It's gonna take me a minute.
Well, let's head down into town, and Seraphim, we didn't bring the wine. Damn it!
But maybe we can find a place to sit down, talk, have a drink.
Maybe get the cart back.
we need
There
to
is
talk.
kind of a tiger, you know, in town. Could do with a good
Yes,
Vistani body
let's-
to feed it.
Yes, well,
Bax,
how
are
often do
you-
you need to feed that thing?
Quite often. It's a tiger. He's full of berserker at the moment, but it won't hold.
What do you feed him?
Who do you feed him?
Meat. Lots of it. He's a tiger. You should know this.
Bax, you look very
Rawr.
very hurt. Let me heal you.
Thank you. I must
Damn,
say,
son.
I have missed you.
Yes. This looks a lot better.
Thank you. I have missed all of you. It has been quite trying surviving on my own.
What happened to you?
Oh, perhaps we should find somewhere else to have this conversation.
Yeah,
This
the
place
screaming
makes-
makes a rather foul
this-
background noise.
This place makes me feel uncomfortable.
And we're
Yes.
walking.
So everybody is walking down to the village of Kresk.
Does Kresk have a bathhouse by chance?
Kresk does not have a bathhouse.
Oh, I wanted to
Lovely
use
pond.
their
It
services.
does have a pond, yeah.
Yes.
Not quite the same.
It does
Atmosphere that
have
we're
a
looking.
pond. Tell me on the map, where do you want to go?
Are these all just houses then? There's not like a tavern or anything in town?
There is not a tavern in town, but there is the Burgermaster's mansion.
Shouldn't we pay him a visit?
Oh,
don't know,
I
is it-
do actually have something to give to the Burgermeister. It's how I gain entry.
That's
I
right
have it.
here.
Have we got anything to gain from going to see him?
Other than to pay our respects.
If I remember correctly, we also delivered it while we were there, witnessed the delivery of a baby as well.
Yeah, that was next to the pond, weren't it? With the
We
moon
always
touch.
go to that house. We know they should let us in, no problem.
I think I might have missed that episode.
When Irina disappeared.
Yeah, I think I missed that one. I didn't realize there was a baby involved.
They were delivering a baby. You could always
A
go
moon
check
touch
up
baby.
and see, check up and see how that baby's.
Any place is better than this place.
You know, it's relatively safe there. They welcomed in before.
Let's go pay our respects to the Burgomaster. Find Tony the Tiger.
So what are you guys and Gal doing?
To
Changing the background
Burgermeister,
music.
I guess.
Changing the background music. Indeed.
Please.
You can hear the wind blowing through the trees. Like as you look around, this area, it's like a forest within walls, with a few houses around. As you move down on the switchback road from the abbey, you leave the screaming, the knocking, the crying behind. And as you move past one switchback, the other one, you feel a sense of relief washing over your bodies. You pass a mist bank after the last switchback, and you see the town displayed in front of you. Low mist clinging to the ground, but otherwise you see 24 buildings scattered around a forest of trees. What do you do?
Perhaps we could find somewhere to sit and catch up and find out what's happened while we've been apart.
Yes, yes.
Yes, let's do that.
Let's try the Burgomaster's house first. If anyone has ways of offering hospitality, it should be him.
Well, if anyone could kick us out of this town, it would also be him.
I'm assuming you guys gained entries. How did you get in the gates?
Seraphin softly whispers.
I presented myself as someone who would gain entry, like Vasily.
Perhaps that going to him might not be the best idea.
Or change to silly again.
Well, that carries its own risk. What if he asks me something I do not know the answer?
He might be a little angry that we're in without permission as well.
I've kind of got permission to be here, so I'm okay, but I'm not sure about the rest of you.
How
Perhaps
did
keeping
you
a
get
low-
permission?
Oh, I presented a gift. I was going through a bit of a dark time, and I thought I had lost Zuckid. Because after escaping from the castle Ravenloft, I saw what I believed to be his body, or at least his head, being displayed outside over the wall. And on my way back to find the rest of you, I came across Morgantha. And one thing led to another, and I reach in and pull her head out of my bag, present and like show it up. Wow. She lost the argument.
Max, it was you. You helped me. Without knowing it, you saved my life, my friend.
I'm glad I
Again.
could be assistance. I reach in and pull out my little parchment and just make a little tally chart. Like just and put it back in my pocket. But yes, I offered this as tribute, gain entry. And of course,
Morgantha's
let me-
head?
I did, yes. I said it was a gift for the Burgermeister. The guard at the
Why
gate
would
was
he
very
want it?
not sure, but it seemed to have worked because they let me in. I mean, I've helped remove an evil from the area, I guess.
Yes, that would make sense.
Who knows? Maybe. Sorry, Suckit. You're talking a bit quietly. I can't quite hear what you're saying.
Then maybe we'll be fine meeting the Burgermeister.
Hmm. The only problem is I came here by myself. I was let in. I'm not sure how they'll react. Maybe a low profile might not be a bad idea. At least until we know what's going on here.
Yes, well, bleh, what would we gain from visiting the Burger Master anyway?
To
You
me, well, I feel that we have more pressing issues. Like, we're still a few people missing, are we not?
Bjorn.
Bjorn is missing indeed.
Who has seen him last?
I believe it may have been me and Suckid.
Yeah, seen him in the castle.
In the castle, yes, when we went into that room and he stayed outside. And then when we went back in to the library, he was missing.
Gone.
We
No
have.
trace.
I've tried to looking for him after Suckid had fallen, and I just couldn't find anyone. I did, however, manage to tie up Strahd's butler and leave him
You
in
did?
a. I did. And
Rahadin.
Bahadin, yes, indeed, the strange-looking fellow. I left him in a crypt downstairs. In what I believe is the catacombs.
I must ask one question. How the hell did you get out of your cell?
When?
No one has ever escaped Castle Ravenloft.
I believe it was Suckid's girlfriend who let us out.
Yes. Which kind of
Where is she
lost track
now?
of. I lost track of her. Esmeralda and yeah, that the other guy.
Esmeralda.
Yeah.
Of a
Isn't
starting
she a friend of yours
a friend.
from Victon? Yes.
My protege.
Yes.
That damned fool girl, I told her to stay out of this place. Where is she?
Disappeared.
Where?
Her and
What do you mean
with a
disappear?
werewolf. Ian, something like that. She was with a werewolf. We were in a battle, and then all of a sudden I lost my memory, and when I went back to check, they were gone.
We must find
I
her.
haven't seen her since.
What happened?
Stupid girl.
What happened to your companion, Suckid? I lost track of him. The one with the one with the chatty sword.
He fell.
Evil.
After you fell, it was all a blur. So I honestly I have no idea what really happened.
He fell in battle, saving his king.
Guess another one to mourn. Another one that I have failed.
Already dead.
Still. The one thing we did learn, however, while we were in the castle, after you guys had gone your way, was that Strahd may have not been as strong as we once thought. Or at least it seemed to think that we almost bested him.
Really? You did?
We did.
We
Yes.
That's what you...
did. I believe that he was very close to succumbing. I think it is definitely a viable option to maybe usurp him, as it were, to rid this land of this evil.
You do realize you can't just destroy his body and expect him to die.
In my personal and professional opinion, enough stabby stabs and that generally does solve that issue.
And do you think you're the first to have done that to him?
No, but I believe I'll be the last.
I like your bravado, sir. But it is not that simple.
Why so?
Well,
I mean,
look
how-
at
how-
look
Why
at
are you
Zucket here.
eating at this moment?
Yes. Zucker has faced him many a time, and he's still with us.
Put down the McDonald's,
Well,
Rickton.
In a way,
I eat when I'm angry.
we just dug up Zucket from
did.
a grave.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just say, where does a vampire sleep? That is the right question.
I've been there. I've been to his coffee.
And you did not destroy it while he was there?
There was nothing in there.
It's not that you must destroy his coffin to defeat him.
Wow. Surely you
He
must.
returns. You can destroy his body all you like, but he'll just return to his coffin and rise again.
Not unless we stop him from being able to return to his coffin.
How does one stop mist, sir?
Well, in my professional opinion, daylight.
Ooh, sorry. That was not what I meant to do.
Quickly look at the map before he takes it away.
Okay, where's my...
That's a nice map.
I know.
Ooh,
That's,
That's
really
pretty.
pretty.
Very pretty.
Isn't it?
I'm gonna leave that open.
I can see-
Talk amongst yourselves.
I can see some. I can see some camping spots there, right?
Nothing to see here. Carry on.
Be that as it may, I still believe that I don't think Strahd is as big as a threat as we once believed him to be. Zuckid, in his infinite wisdom, seems to have damaged something inside the castle before he fell. Some glowing shard,
Iron heart.
which somebody told me inside the castle, which I honestly can't remember which one, but did tell me that it was linked to him in some way. And in doing so, we have weakened him. I think the time might be close that we could actually defeat him.
Now, can I give you a warning? And I'm going to point at the book that Seraphin's holding. Well, he's got in his backpack. This man has some information which I'm not entirely sure if true, but if you're going to carry this out, it will mean your certain death. There is a reason I told Esmeralda not to follow me to Barovia. Have you heard the phrase from a Vistani woman known as Madame Ava?
We know her.
We've met
yes.
her.
Have you heard her utter the words, "He is the land, he is the ancient"?
Yes.
Indeed.
Mm,
Well, might be quite literal. In the book of, I shall not say his name, and I look at Trish. It mentions to destroy Strahd would destroy Barovia.
What do you mean?
It will cease to exist. Place only exists for him.
what happens to the people in it?
Well, that's the question.
So let me ask you this. Is it better to let these people live in this despair and misery? Or is it better to free them from it? Even if it is an eternal freedom.
Exactly. This
is-
is why I'm saying that if you're sure you want to do this, this might be the job of a martyr.
I
There
can't.
is an alternate course to take.
What's that?
Strahd did tell us one that if somebody can prove themselves worthy, he will step down.
But ask
you
yourself
believe him?
this: how do you prove yourself worthy to the devil? Do you have to be a greater evil? As evil?
That doesn't. You have to.
I say it's better to end everything.
Collapse.
I say it's better
Hold
to end
on,
all
Babs.
misery than it is to replace this evil with another evil.
Hold on, Bax. I think above all, with whatever choice we go by, it should also be made by the very people we're deciding on, or so it seems.
Definitely.
We can't decide this for thousands of people.
No, but how do you get consensus for something like this? I'm not
Oh.
for one saying that I choose other people's destinies. I can only tell you how I feel, and I
We
will give my
hold a
life.
referendum.
We are not having another Brexit debate. Not happening. To leave or to stay, it's not happening. I can only speak how I feel, and I feel it is better to die free than to live oppressed.
I agree.
I agree.
But what von Richten is saying also holds merit. The fact that we know that even though we would be to destroy Strahd's body, he would need a mere rest to regain his powers and come back. We need to understand how we can eternally stop him.
Can I just ask, being a paladin and training to defeat evil, do I know how to stop him? Like how I can destroy his body, stop him from regenerating? Like, would I know how to end this?
You would have to like say out loud what you were thinking, and a tricky Ricky would have to tell you if what you're thinking is correct.
You've been here a long time trying to defeat this evil. Tell me, am I right in assuming that maybe destroying his coffin or destroying him while he's in it might finish him?
Destroying the coffin will stop him from regenerating. But a
So
stake to the heart is what's needed for his body.
what happens if he can't return to his coffin?
He cannot regenerate.
Then what happens to him? Does he just cease to be?
Mr. DM, like from the other vampires that he's killed, is that correct?
From the other vampires that he's killed, that is indeed correct.
You are correct, sir. He will cease to be.
So if this is the path we are to take, we would have two objectives: to destroy the body and to destroy the crypt, to stop his body from being able to return.
Indeed, a suicide mission into Ravenloft itself.
I don't mean to brag, but I've been in and out, and I'm fine. My good friend here has been in and died, and he's still fine.
Ish.
Sort of fine. Yep, fine-ish.
Not as good looking as he was before, but still, he's fine.
One
but
question,
five-
though.
I
One question I would like to ask before I'd even think of touching Strahd. There is something or someone that gave him his powers. What would stop that entity of stepping in?
in my opinion, there's always evil in the world. I don't try and defeat all evil, only the evil that's before me. If I can
Yes,
just
yes.
change a few lives
Yes.
for the better, then I know my life was well worth lived.
No. I
Yeah, but
actually
Barovia is
mean,
prison.
what if this entity that gave him these godlike powers, what if that entity denies our interruption?
I guess we'll just have to cross that bridge when we come to it.
Yes.
Maybe same entity from the temple gave us all.
That's
See-
what I'm thinking.
I don't believe I've had a dream. Tell a lie. I believe I may have. I not realized it.
All of you keep talking about these dreams. Maybe this temple is somewhere we should be heading towards.
Well,
It's a
I'd like
temple
to
that
remind
no
you
one's
all.
been to. That we know no one. right? That it has been there.
No, but we have an idea where it might be.
Yeah, I was
But-
soaring over mountains in my dream.
Zuckert, please describe me. What did the entity look like that brought you back with this new body and these new powers you're talking about?
Weird, shadowy figure man.
And Trish, you saw someone as well, right?
Yes, I don't quite remember what they looked like. It was all very vague.
What I remember is there were a multitude of these entities squabbling in between each other for my attention in that dream, trying to give me something and me having to give something in return. But they were all scared of this one entity that wouldn't show up. And I believe that one entity is the one that gave Strahd his powers.
Remember when you say give him powers, but at the same time it might be the entity that's keeping him here.
But
It's
Yes.
made his lovely playground for him.
Just as well.
So
But
who
what-
is in control?
what do you hope to achieve by finding this entity? Are you hoping to destroy it? Are you hoping to convince it to release him? What is it that you hope to achieve?
Like,
I hope
This
to
is not-
achieve. What I hope to achieve is to disturb the source of all this evil that has been dripping over these lands.
For what, though? So I understand. What is it you hope to achieve by this course of action?
Convincing
I
him
thi-
not to intervene
No.
with our plan.
I think this entity is the start of this story. And I think, therefore, if we cut it there, it shall also be the end of it. Otherwise, what keeps this entity willing to put a creature like Strahd in power? What would keep it from picking any other creature, maybe one of us even, to do the same as Strahd has done for hundreds of years?
So I guess nothing. But then
Yes.
if something has given him this godlike powers, is it not reasonable to believe that maybe it was a god that gave him his powers?
Yes, and that's what I want to find out at that temple. That exactly is what I think we need to find out before we do anything to Strahd.
Before you do anything, before I do anything, I must find Esmeralda. I'm not letting my work go for nothing. She is my protege. She is the one to carry on my work. I must find her.
I must say that I too have a errand I would like to run at some point. If the rest of you, I feel as much as I'd like to try to do it on my own, I feel like it would go a lot better with help. And that
What
is
is this
to that is to vanquish the evil that lies within the swamp that goes by the name of Abelegiska.
Sir Godfrey pipes up and says, "Yes, yes, indeed. This this skull she's riding on, and I would quite like it to return to the, well, it's not quite a castle, but it's a fortress of sorts. Anything to rid my love of his curse."
And to restore hope to the land.
To light the beacon of Argenvostold.
Maybe Gondor will ride to our aid.
The beacon
we all
is
have
lit, is what I will call and yell out when the beacon is lit, indeed.
Oh, yes.
What will happen when this beacon?
Well,
Hope.
hope will rise again, as my friend Bax says. I call you my friend Bax. We have been through a lot together and apart. Maybe, but hope will rise along these lands once more. Probably.
We still have a great many things ahead of us to do. I feel that there should be less dillying and more dallying.
Yes, quite. Less with the dillying, more with the dallying.
Oh, okay. To the temple.
Huzzah!
Well, is the marsh is on the way to the temple,
Chalks
right?
away!
No. It's the other
Isn't
way. No, the temple, by the look of it. Oh,
The temple's down the bottom, isn't it? Like down,
Yeah.
down south.
one gets up the hand run.
But where's the swamp then?
Swamp
It's
is-
way to the
Are you
east, I
looking-
think.
Are you
yeah,
looking at the map, Sal?
I'm going
Yeah,
off
the
memory.
swamp is here,
OG.
and I'm pretty sure the temple is going.
The temple's
to be...
here somewhere.
Yeah, at the end of this road here.
Wasn't
Yeah,
it down
but
the bottom, right?
Yeah, but to get to this road, you got to think we're in
Oh,
Kresk
map.
on the left.
Mhm.
We'd have to go down to the bottom past Yester Hill, and over the bridge up to the
We could
mountain.
skirt
No,
the
this-
river
wait.
for a bit.
Is it the swamp? The swamp is on the left side, right?
Well, it's where the circle is, the orange circle.
Can I just say I've never truly looked at the detail in this map. Has anyone noticed the scale at the top?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
A really long hike.
That's really good. Sorry, I have taken me so long to notice. The swamp is near us, right? It's like literally on the way down.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Like the
It's
point
not. There's no
is,
path.
the point is, you're in Kresk, which is here.
We blaze a path.
This is the area. I will make a square for you that you have to make a decision. You either go east or south.
Where's Yester Hill from here? Can you remind me, please?
Yester Hill is at the temple grounds. Like the temple you see there?
Hmm.
That's where Yester Hill is.
I still have a tree to cut down.
You do indeed.
Well, let's have a vote. I vote that we go down south to the temple first, because
Cool.
that
Von.
swamp is scary. I would not like to go back in it.
But
Von
that's
Richten wants to go back to Ravenloft because he wants to find Esmeralda.
but that's to say that you don't. It doesn't matter if we go to the swamp before or after. You still don't want to go.
Yes.
Oh, I'm going to stay with the party. I'm not doing this alone.
Frisch, I think I agree going to the temple first, if only for the fact that the temple will give us information and maybe a fight. The swamp is gonna give us a fight in any case. And I'd rather fight with more information in my pocket.
I personally am not of any strong mind. Only that I have spent too much time alone and have seen, and to a lesser extent caused, much death. And I do not want to be alone. So
It's not-
I will go with you.
Let's not jump right back to the swamp.
Oh,
That's
I'm
where-
not suggesting that we go straight away. I'm just saying it's something that I would like to achieve in this life.
Yes. We too.
But we need
We all
answers.
have a score to settle.
We need answers.
So, visit the temple. If it goes shit hits the fan, we get the fuck out of there and we go to Berez.
Well, we'll pass the road to the swamp in any case, even if we are not to visit it, so...
We won't though. It's on a completely separate road.
No, but
Yes,
we would
but
have to
if
go
we
back
go
that way.
back-
We would have to go back that way to go to Ravenloft.
Yes.
So
Exactly.
Just drop down a quick save here, and then
Quick save.
if we change our mind, we'll just load it. Quick save, yeah. Oh bollocks! When was your last quick save? Oh, at the beginning.
Or like the moment where you quick save right before death. So you reload into death every time.
Oh,
That's
we've
that
all been
skit.
there.
Quick load.
That's that skit from
Viva.
Viva la Dirt. NPC man.
Quick save. I've got your ref.
Let's go. I got yours. Let's go to the temple, shall we?
Yes.
Let's
Maybe
all get on the cart then. Let's not walk this. Let's keep the tiger with us.
Would anyone mind if I had a bit of a nap on the cart on the way down?
If you don't mind napping next to a snarling tiger, then fine.
Roar.
Rawr.
Don't rub his belly. Don't believe his lies.
Somebody can ride Gary if they like.
Wait, why am I?
Fell off the cart.
Yeah.
Ooh, there's consequences for your madness.
Right, so
I
you
feel anything?
guys
You look like
are.
you
Give me an insight check, Seraphin.
God.
14?
You're not really feeling anything
Okay.
at the moment, except the cadence of the cart that you guys are on. And as you're talking and getting on this cart, all of you see a black carriage riding into town. You've seen this carriage before. As the driver is moving towards your left, he says, "Hello, people! I know some of you. Salutations!" And he steps off, pulls a large crate from the back, puts it on the ground, and looks at Zakid intently and says, "This is for you. This is for you." And he steps back on the cart and just books it. And as he's driving off, he says, "See you later."
I hate this guy. I truly hate this guy.
I guess I walk up to the crate and pull out my crowbar and try to pry it open.
You pry it open, but before you do, you see a piece of paper attached to this cart.
The cart or the crate?
The crate, sorry. Yeah, the crate.
I had to read it then.
You open the envelope. My most esteemed guests, the deadline for our agreement has passed. Sorry, I will stop it right now. Subsequently, the tasks. Joe, can you mute yourself for a second? Because I'm getting feedback from you. Alright, I'll restart Sirenscape for me. Because it crashed. Alright, there we go. My most esteemed guests. The deadline for our agreement has passed, and yet my beloved has not been returned to me. Subsequently, the tasks you accepted to complete all but one remained unfulfilled. As I made clear, any failure would be met with swift and decisive action. Though it pains me, you leave me no other choice. I will not rest until my beloved is returned to me, or the ones that have taken her from me lay dead at my feet. You seem incapable at best of the former, thus force my hand to set my sights on the latter. Rest assured that I am fully capable, willing, and able to follow through on my word. Please accept this gift as a mere taste of the horrors that are coming your way. Signed, Count Strahd von Zarovich. Joe, you see this in front of you on the side of this crate. You have your crowbar in hand. What do you do?
I pry it open, but before I look at the group, there might be something gruesome in this crate from Strahd, and it's due to our failures.
I like how Trish is like holding her hands in front of her eyes.
So I pry it open.
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
What's in the fucking box?
What's in the fucking box?
You open it.
It's
and-
actually fitting to this scene.
Yeah,
Now that I think about it.
It is very much. You open it. And we'll see you next week.
Oh,
Bruh.